Please rise for the presentation of colors and singing of the national anthem. Please be seated. Thank you everyone for coming here today to support us, including parents, friends, families, teachers, school administrators, and members of the Green Bay Area Public School District School Board. I would like to welcome you all to the Green Bay West High Class of 2022 graduation ceremony. I am Lily Roberts, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies this afternoon. Before we start, I would like to give a big shout out to Bishop Buford, who took 15th in the state track meet for triple jump. If you were to ask someone how they knew me my freshman year, you would probably hear that I was the girl who wore shorts in winter. But now if you asked someone, I bet you'd get many different answers. You might hear I was senior class president, student body president, track captain, the only girl tennis player, or even prom queen. As you can tell, a lot of that has changed from my freshman to senior year. I couldn't tell you exactly what helped me break out of my shell because there were so many factors that played into it. COVID, sports, friends, they all played a major role in helping me become the person I am today. Being a part of a team helped me gain confidence. My friends showed me that it doesn't matter what other people think. And COVID, well, that taught me the most important lesson of all. Make the most out of life, because who knows what you'll miss out on. Because of the pandemic and being at home, I realized how much I missed high school and how much I was going to miss out on. None of us knew when or if we were going back. That's when I realized I didn't want to be remembered as just the girl who wore shorts. So I decided if we went back, I would make the most out of whatever school we had left. And that's exactly what I did. High school goes by fast, and you don't realize how much you'll miss it until it's gone. Thank you. Now I would like to introduce Colin Van Dam for our first commencement speech.
Now, I know you all are just as excited to get this ceremony over as I am, so don't worry, I'll make this nice and quick. And though, just as a quick disclaimer, this speech does talk about theoretical physics and the fate of our feline friends. But I promise that no cats or physics professors were harmed in the making of this speech because, well, writing the speech at the last minute mean I did not have time to. Now, most of us have probably heard of Schrodinger's cat, but in case you've forgotten some things from the Intro to Physics 101 class, I'll do a quick little recap. In quantum physics, the idea of superpositions explains a phenomenon where a single particle can be in two different states at the same time. In 1935, physicist Erwin Schrödinger came up with a thought experiment to help explain this idea. Schrödinger said that you can put a cat into a metal box, and in this box you can put the following elements: a Geiger counter, a tiny bit of radioactive substance so small that there's only a 50% chance that it will decay in the next hour, and a tube of poisonous gas. If the atom decays, a counter tube discharges through a relay, releases a hammer that smashes said flask of poisonous gas, and simply put, the cat would not survive. However, at the end of the hour, it is unknown if this cat has survived, at least until the box is opened and the cat can be observed, thus putting the cat into a state of superposition of being both alive and not. Now, how does this relate to us, you might be asking? Well, that's easy, because now let's pretend each of us have our own box right in front of us. And instead of a cat, let's put our futures in there. You know, just the tiny little trivial things, like all of our hopes, dreams, and general goals for life. And instead of just using gas to choke out any hope of being happy or successful, let's put all of the choices that we make that change the general courses of our lives. I know this sounds like we might need a pretty big box, at least for some of us. Now, our futures are like this cat, in a stage of superposition. Whatever our post-high school plans are, in the next coming few months, we will all be off working on the next part of our lives. We may not know what our job will look like, what our house we will live in, if our social life will even survive. Some of our dreams will come true, some will crash and burn, and others will be a roller coaster of ups and downs. The lives ahead of each of us, our soon-to-be successes and failures, are just as unknowable as the fate of Schrödinger's cat. Now, I know this is where I lost most of your attention because, oh no, here we go into the basic copy-paste speech BS. But in fact, you're wrong. That will come later. First is the big plot twist. A less known fact about this thought experiment is that Schrödinger's cat is actually a critique of the idea of superpositions. Schrödinger argued that superpositions can't and don't exist because our lack of information does not change the cat's fate. Simply opening the box does not kill the cat, nor does it bring the cat back to life. Basic logic tells us that the cat can't both survive and not survive, at least not at the same time. And the mere act of opening the box does not change any of this. The cat has either already survived or not. Opening the box merely tells us if we have to dig a hole in the backyard. Now remember back to when I just told you to imagine that we each had our own little box? Well, what if I told you that we could put a camera into that box? That we could see what our lives will become, taking our dreams out of superposition by predicting the future. Well, you see, the cat's survival may be dumb luck, but our dreams don't just magically come true. The futures that lie ahead of each of us will be a direct consequences of the actions that we take today. Inside Schrödinger's box, we can't control the fate of the cat directly, but we can control the likelihood of the outcomes. Say we make the glass vial thicker so that it's harder to break and less likely to release the gas. Hell, we could even put a tiny cat-sized little gas mask into there and train the cat to wear it. But inside of each of our own boxes, we can't control which dreams come true or which bucket list items will never be crossed off. Instead, we can change the choices we make on a daily basis, affecting which goals we have the possibility to reach in life. For example, showing up on time to work every day might not get you that promotion, but it can get you that raise. Nagging everyone around you might not make you lose friends, but it definitely won't gain you any new ones. And say your dream is to build houses. Then learning how to use a tape measure would probably be a good place to start. So when you wake up one day, either miserable because you're 35 and still living in your mom's basement, or happy from living the American dream, it won't be just because that's how the cookie crumbles. Instead, you will be able to trace the individual choices you have made that have built you up to your current place in life. Today, the idea of superpositions is highly contested, but whether you believe in them or not does not matter. What matters is knowing we are not Schrodinger's cat. Because unlike that cat, our future does not revolve around some random chance completely out of our control. As Schrodinger himself says, we must not wait for things to come, believing that they are decided by irrescendible destiny. If we want it, then we must do something about it. Because in fact, each and every one of our futures will be molded and shaped by the choices that we make every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Colin, for that speech. Please welcome Zach Offield as our next speaker.
One sec. Hey, how's everyone doing? Can we make some noise for the class of 2022? Yeah. All right. One more time. Can we get some noise going? Yeah! How's everyone doing? My name is Zach Offield, and I just want to quickly thank everyone for coming and say congratulations to Green Bay West High's class of 2022. Where is he? You know, the thought for me coming up to speak at graduation this year started all the way back during my freshman year. I made a bet with my friend, Dylan Giroux, that if I somehow became the valedictorian of the class, that I had to shout out his Twitch channel in my speech. Sadly, that didn't happen, but Dylan's probably sighing in relief right about now. However, that still left about the entire rest of my speech to write and practice. Aside from the initial bet that Dylan and I made, I never really gave the speech much more thought until my senior year here. Even then, the first 5-6 months of this year were spent thinking about what I'd even say. I grappled with myself thinking about the topics for my speech. Do I try to deliver some dramatic, heartstring-pulling, tearjerker of a speech? Do I try to give some astounding life advice for my class and I, despite being a whopping 18 years old? Do I turn the speech into some sort of comedy skit or downplay the fact that I'm going to be extremely nervous talking in front of such a crowd? So, if you haven't figured it out by now, I took it upon myself to jot down some ideas, write a couple of paragraphs about some different things, and once again, wait until 3 days before the speech was due to write it. In true high school fashion. I guess some things never change. So I got down to work and finally got to thinking about my speech. I reflected back on the class I took last year with Ms. Vanderwall, Oral and Interpersonal Communications. We wrote and delivered speeches, one of which, surprisingly enough, was a graduation speech. You see, the goal of any commencement address is to be broad enough to connect with your audience before delivering a powerful message that will stick with everyone. Looking back at my time at West, though, I had a problem. It's kind of hard to connect with everyone. I mean, we all had our freshman year together, which I can't believe was only 3 years ago. But then after that, our time was split up with a global pandemic, which is also pretty hard to believe. From freshman year until now, we've all spent our time in completely different ways, whether it be devoting time to sports throughout the year, staying at home at night and working on your grades, studying for big tests, working jobs for family or for yourself, going out and living it up after school. Even inside the school, there were different cliques, different people taking different classes. It seems like the only thing that we have in common is that we're all different. Despite our interests, I just said that part. Did I? Wait, there we go. Despite our interests, how we spend our time, or what our future plans are, we're all gathered here today to celebrate our graduation and take the next step forward in our lives, no matter what that might be. So I want to congratulate everyone here, but tie this into the other part of my speech, the big message part. We aren't done yet. As J.K. Simmons says in the movie Whiplash, there are no two words more harmful in the English language than good job. By this, he makes a statement about complacency and undermining your true potential by being content with what you've already done. So yes, we are about to receive our illustrious graduation diploma and get a nice pat on the back for it. But what else could we do from here? We've gone through too much just to stop now. This goes for anyone at any point in their life. Don't just scrape by with what society expects you to do. Do the things that you know to be true to you. As Jordan Peterson writes in his 12 Rules for Life, pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. Whether it be learning a new skill, a new language, a new hobby, traveling somewhere new, finding your dream job, getting the big promotion, repairing current relationships as well as forming new ones, remembering to smile and go out of your way to make others smile from time to time, because that's pretty awesome. It's crazy how making someone else feel better can make your mood even greater too. Now granted, doing what's meaningful may not be a walk in the park. It'll probably take a lot of trial and error. As we learned from Alex Carroll, man cannot remake himself without suffering, for he is both the marble and the sculptor. It is through our pursuit of creating a meaningful life that we become the people we truly aspire to be. As a result of this, whatever it may be, we will see not only ourselves get better, but the people we care about around us too. And I think that's pretty special. So, class of 2022, and everyone else attending here today, whatever you do, put your heart and soul into it. Be the positive change in the world, and don't let anyone else decide for you what is meaningful to you. Go out there, find out what's true to you, pursue it, and be relentless. In the words of David Goggins, don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're done. Thank you, West High School.
Thank you, Zach, for the speech. Please welcome Ms. Jacobson back as she recommends the class of 2022 for graduation.
Good afternoon, graduates and guests. Graduates, we are here this afternoon because you have met the academic requirements set forth by the Green Bay Area Public School District. Meeting, and many of you exceeding these requirements, is an important milestone in your life. And let's take a moment to thank the many people who have helped you reach this milestone today. Let's start by showing our appreciation by thanking the leaders you elected within the senior class. Senior class officers include Lily Roberts, Caleb Bazette Jones, Nadia Mortensen, and Hua Zhang. And please join me in thanking our amazing associate principals here at West High School. Could Mr. McNabb and Mr. Hoffman please stand? They love that I do that. I'm going to ask you in a moment to give a big round of applause for those who helped you get to your moment today and or made it more enjoyable. So a big round of applause for all your teachers, counselors, social workers, coordinators, school psych, speech pathologists, school secretaries, library staff, coaches, assistant coaches, monitors, student learning advocates, paraprofessionals, tutors, athletic trainers, school nurse, custodian staff, athletic directors, assistant athletic directors, and cafeteria staff. Seniors, you have been an amazing class, and I am proud to say that I am confident in knowing that the class of 2022 of West High School embodies our vision of empowered learners committed to integrity. I would like to, at this moment, bring up Lily Roberts to read our top 10.
Ranked 10th in the graduating class of 2022, Nadia Mortensen. Ranked 9th in the graduating class of 2022, Ariana Washington. Ranked 8th in the graduating class of 2022, Mason Gadwood. Ranked 7th in the graduating class of 2022, Sean Munster. Ranked 6th in the graduating class of 2022, Hua Zhang. Ranked 5th in the graduating class of 2022, Colin Van Dam. Ranked 4th in the graduating class of 2022, Anya Entringer. Ranked 3rd in the graduating class of 2022, Raylia Scott. Our salutatorian ranked 2nd in the graduating class of 2022, Zachary Offield. And our valedictorian ranked 1st in the graduating class of 2022, Isabella Campos Moya. Job well done, Wildcats. Now, we will hand it back over to Ms. Jacobson.
This afternoon, I want to recognize the different paths students took to graduation. Over 1/3 of our students have taken one or more IB diploma courses. We have a number of students who are graduating from our Baylink manufacturing program. So a part made in West High School may have ended up in your lawnmower or may have been shipped overseas and may have ended up in a part that made a t-shirt that you're wearing today. We have a number of students graduating from the Bridges program, construction program. The house they built from the ground up can be seen on Erie Street, or Irwin Street, sorry, I apologize. We have students who have gotten here today through our alternative ed program. Our school is graduating students from our GED 2 program, our REPO and PACE program, and class of 22, your journey to your high school graduation was as varied and different as the students sitting in front of me. Okay, I want to tell you a story now. It's about one particular achievement that took place this year, and it's my favorite story to tell. It is the time when West beat East at our homecoming football game. Okay, my apologies ahead of time. I get so excited retelling this story that I might not get my football terms correct, okay? So we'll give it a try here, though. I'm not going to retell the whole game. I'm just going to tell about the last 4 to 5 minutes of the game, okay? So we're up by 1 point. We have 4 to 5 minutes left on the clock. East has the ball. And what is kind of lucky for us is that they have to go all the way down to get a touchdown. They don't have great field position. So it's going to take them all of that time to get down there if we let them. Our boys have their heads down, and we are making East work very hard for every yard. At about 3 minutes, it looks like we've stopped them. All the refs are calling it, saying East did not get the yard they needed. But one ref, the one who will not be named, he decides they got it. It's beginning to feel like this game is once again going to slip away from us. But the fans, the sidelines, they will not go quietly. The West stands are filled and on their feet and making noise. The sidelines are screaming encouragement. No one will be quiet, and no one will silently let East win this game. We force them, because they can't get a touchdown, and they know they can't because our defense is too good for that. We force them to do a field goal. And they can't, oh, I screwed that up. There was no two-point conversion because they couldn't get a football or a touchdown, sorry. Okay. I told you I get excited. Okay, so, but what we know, this will work. If this works and they get that field goal, that we are in trouble because we only have 11 seconds left on the clock. Our only hope is blocking the ball. And at this point, I personally do not want to watch. I want to close my eyes and hide under the covers like it's a scary movie. But I am the principal, so I had to watch, right? So I watch as those boys leap into the air and block the extra point. And at this moment, things explode. The team is throwing helmets, the stands have exploded, and fireworks go off. And after the celebration, I remember asking Miss Keister, who did the fireworks? And she says, I have no idea. And so to this day, we don't know how we got fireworks at the end of that game. One senior told me, unless you're West Appear, nothing is handed to you on a silver plate. And that really is the moral of the story. You will not win by 1 point every time in life. And sometimes it's losing by 1 or 70. You will have obstacles in your way. You will have people who will not help you succeed, referees. Life is filled with hard roads and hard choices. And sometimes all of this will add up, and you will want to give up and not give it your all. But if you don't, and you stay in the game, you will block that extra point and win the game. And we know how good that feels. You have to continue giving your all for things you really want in this life. It will pay off. There is no better feeling in this world than the satisfaction you get from knowing, you really, really knowing you gave it your all, win or lose. Class of 2022, the clock is running. And like the seniors on the football team told me, it's time to put your head down and go out there and block some field goals. Ms. Byron, upon the endorsement of the faculty of the Green Bay West High School, who have expressed full faith and confidence in the achievements of this class, and who have also verified the successful completion of their K-12 program of learning, I am honored to recommend to you the Green Bay West High School class of 2022.
Principal Jacobson, in over 30 years of public education, I don't think I've ever heard a football story at graduation. Well done. And students, great speeches. Well done. It's my honor to stand before you seniors, representing the Board of Education, Mr. Mills and Ms. Dawn Smith, as well as district office staff, Dr. Judy Wiegand and Ms. Cindy Olson, to recognize you and your accomplishments. I want to take just a brief second and point out the West High School staff, those sitting here today as well as those throughout the building. These seniors could not be here without you. Please know that I see you. I've watched the work you've done over the last few years, especially during the pandemic. Your dedication to these students meant the world, and it's the reason they're here today. So thank you, West High School staff. And now, Principal Jacobson, it is my honor and privilege to accept the graduating class from West High School, recognizing that they have fulfilled all requirements for the Green Bay Area Public School Board of Education and the great state of Wisconsin. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Beyer, for your kind and thoughtful words. In just a minute, I'll be asking the graduates to come forth to receive their diplomas. And I would like to explain some of the cords and stoles that the students are wearing. The students wearing IB pins are IB course candidates. Students wearing blue cords are full IB diploma candidates. Those students wearing white stoles are members of the Green Bay West High School National Honor Society. Students wearing a medallion with yellow and blue lanyard have successfully participated in 2 years of AVID, along with those students wearing gold cords have earned and maintained a grade point average of 3.0 or higher. High honors students who earned a GPA of 3.5 or higher get a medallion on a purple and white lanyard. Students who participated in the Inner City Student Council are wearing 2 multicolored cords representing all 4 Green Bay Area Public School high schools. And students wearing the red and white and blue cords have completed 100 or more hours of community service. At this time, will the graduating members of the class of 2022 please come forth by row to receive your diplomas?
Good afternoon. My name is Lisa Merkel. I am a science teacher at Green Bay West High School. I've been teaching here for 10,000 years. Class of 2022, congratulations on a job well done. Stay fierce, and let's get this party started. Lily Christine Roberts. Colin Allen Dustman Van Dam. Zachary Stephen Offield. Olivia K. Schmidt. Jameson Seymour. Lydia H. Wanish. Sana E. Arroyo. Natalie Ann Asher. Jaden Grace Batten. Elena Marie Bogus. Caleb Bassett Jones. Moise Bagiramana. Naomi Bagiramana. Kylie Lane Botat. Alicia Braggs. Quavius Broadnecks. Bishop Bernard Buford.
Hi, my name is Lorraine Poplaski. I'm the French teacher at West High, 32 years in the district, and I'm honored to be here tonight. Okay, ready? Okay. Isabella Campos Moya. Rocky Carney. Abriana Mercedes Caruso. Olivia Riley Casey. Andrew Jeffrey Checky. Benet Collins. Viola Cooper. Thomas DeBeck. Autumn Marie Dakota. Harley Danger Dellis. Isaiah Samuel Amandino. Kiara Rose Valois Dino. William Duvall. Jocelyn Elizabeth Angel Diaz. Anya Nella Entringer. Eric Lamont Feltz. Mason Glenn Gadwood.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Eleanor Hinsredu. This is my 32nd year teaching theater and language arts at West High School. And I have the honor of calling Evan Gage Winnan, Michael Garcia Diaz, Dylan Matthew Giroux, Aiden Hunter Jervis, Ricky James Gonzalez, Eric Gonzalez, Marcelino Waylon Gonzalez, Hunter Edwin Grant. Lauren Cole Gruce. Adler Jeffrey Herman III. Mia Jane Herrera. Tevi Angelina Hill. Chloe Rose Hoffman. Sumei Huang. Nathaniel Ibuaka.
Good afternoon. My name is Corey Messenger. I've been a Spanish teacher for 35 years. West is my home, my final resting place, and I would like to continue to congratulate the class of 2022. Brenda Jimenez Ramos. Molly McKenna Lee. Dylan Douglas Yost. Taylor Lynn Yost. Dominic James Campen. Rylissa J. Kimbrough. Carly Kleiber. Tina Kong. Skylar Krauth. Celestia Lori Karuzovic. Leela Larac. Naomi Larac. Tenji Kim Lee. Avery James Lehman. Mason Matthew Lemire. Gabriel Jonathan Manpaw.
Good afternoon. I'm Sue Kister, and I've been at West for 33 years. First as a math teacher, and most recently as an activities director. I have Ashley Marie Martini. Jaleel Matthews. Cade B. McClellan. Stephen George McKenzie. Coral R. Midam. Alex A. Mendez Arias. Mari Mendoza. Diana Mendoza Talingo. DeAndre Allen Mixon. Natalia Morales. Jovan Nelson Marino. Nadia Mortensen. Sean R. Minster. Isaiah Olson. Leah Marie Payette. Juan Perez Madrano Jr.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anders Solik. I have been teaching language arts here at West High School for the past 6 years. I am privileged to introduce Acadia Joy Peters Soto. Vanessa Ray Peterson. Alexander Malone Peterson. Kaylee Jean Ponsa. Cesar Eduardo Ramirez. Yesenia M. Ramos. Esperanza Renteria Martinez. Jaeger William Reinhardt. Jimena Robles Gamboa. Samantha Maria Rose. Raylia Elizabeth Scott. Aubrey May Seidel. Fabian J. Smith. Milan M. Smith, Jr. Trinity Elizabeth Snyder.
My name is Margaret Wendell, and I am the speech-language pathologist at West, but more importantly, I have had the privilege of being the class of 2022 advisor all 4 years. I am excited to introduce Marquise Stewart. Isaiah Streeter. Christina Ray Sweat. Matthew Ryan Sidmark. Darren Mung Tao. Audie Tisuk. Connor John Vandilarshot. Jessica Ann Vandilarshot. Virginia Paige Vandenplas. Jenny Vang. Justice Vang. Kong Si Vang. La Chi Vang. Young Yi Vang. Tristan Edward Irvinveeder. Thunza Vu.
Hey, hey. Hey, guys. All right, I'm Mrs. Capola, Audrey. I'm one of the school counselors at West. And to the class of 2022, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your trust, and thank you for the opportunity to read the following names. Mr. Jamarian Darrell Ware. Miss Angelina M. Williams. Destiny Samara Williams. Mr. Dylon Christopher Williams. Ashton Zhang. Hua Zhang. Macy Zhang. Nova Zhang. Miss Anishi N. Yang. Destiny Yang. Mai Zhang Yang. Maylene Pachia Yang. Nico Yang. Selena Yang. Mr. Jeremy Piovanetti. Nicholas Joseph Sikowski. She snuck in. This is so awesome. Give it up for Miss Abigail Taylor.
Before Ms. Jacobson returns to the podium for some final words, we want to take a moment to pay honor to those men and women in our audience this afternoon who, through their service to our country, make events like this one possible. Will our former, current, and future servicemen and women who are here with us this afternoon please stand if you are able to be recognized and honored. We would also like to acknowledge would also like to acknowledge one of our fellow graduates, Jacob Knotts, who is unable to attend today's ceremony because he is currently at basic training. In just a moment, Ms. Jacobson will be concluding this afternoon's ceremony with her final thoughts for the class of 2022 before our closing recessional. After the recessional, guests and family members will not be able to meet graduates on the main floor, but instead we ask that guests meet their graduates in the main hallway or outside the building. All West High School graduates, families, and friends must be out of the building at 5:30 p.m. to accommodate other graduations. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Hey.
Ara,
Thank you, Green Bay West Choir. Remain standing, guys. A big round of applause to Ms. Schmekel, who has played double duty as band director and as choir director. Thank you, Ms. Schmekel. Round of applause for our band in the back. Thank you so much, guys. Graduates, you've done it. Before I officially announce you as a graduating class, there is still one final group of people we need to thank. Graduates of the Green Bay West High School class of 2022, please turn toward those who have helped you reach this point and show your appreciation one last time for everyone here. Thank you, parents and family members, for helping us get here today. Graduates, at this time, move your tassels from the right side of your mortarboard to the left side. Graduates, relatives of graduates, and fellow Green Bay School District community members, I present to you the Green Bay West High School class of 2022.